Okay, so going back, probably something like, I think it was 7 or 8 hours ago, that the party was approached by the witch hunter. Are you here, by the way?
I'm here.
Yeah. Okay. So, as the witch hunter approached you, as a man of competent sorcery and in the arts of making oneself scarce, you do so promptly. Not interested in a confrontation with the Inquisition at this time. As you are making your way away from the Berabelli and you head down towards the Hafenstrasse, you can see behind you that the Bretonnian knight and the Nordlander messenger have gone to confront this Inquisitor. By this point, they're long out of earshot. As you begin making your way south towards the Bergstrasse, not far from where the River Bogen connects into a stream that leads out of the city. It's at the fork of this stream that the Temple of Manan sits. Often as not closed to the public, but usually used as a charity house and arms place for, or even a soup kitchen for those sailors and seafarers who are down on their luck and out of employment. The Temple of Manan is generally not too well maintained. It's a bit ramshackle, it's a bit run down here in Bogenhafen. There is a rather impressive little fountain display of water pouring out from the top of a trident and flowing down across the frontispiece of the building. As you pass through under this arch, the air itself feels ever so slightly kind of moist and damp, as if you were kind of walking through a misty vapor, as indeed you mostly are. Fucking sirens, dude. Jesus Christ. As you make your way inside this hallowed building, it's quite early in the morning, to the point where most of the priests are still asleep. There is a young acolyte here who is attending one of the broken fountains nearby, who seems to be having some difficulty getting it going again. He hasn't seemed to have noticed your presence. You could approach this acolyte, or otherwise you could just take it upon yourself to head elsewhere within the complex of the temple, if you want to go and try to find your brother directly.
I'll go sidle up to the acolyte and kind of hail him down. Guten Morgen.
He lets out an exasperated cry. Why won't it work? Bye, Manan, please. I've been trying for hours. Oh, hello.
You seem to be having some trouble, sir. Anything I can do to help you out?
Oh, I'm gonna... Father Adolf, he wants me to get this fixed as soon as I can, but I've been trying all day and it won't work. I can't get it to work. I don't know why. The dwarfs that came to install this a while ago, they gave us instructions on how to fix it if something went wrong with the pipes, but I just can't seem to get it going again.
Yeah. Father Adolf, he's a disciplinarian, huh?
Well, I don't want to talk ill about my betters, sir, to someone that I don't know too well.
Oh, completely understand. Could you, you may have more time to repair that than you think. Where is Adolfo?
Well, he's taking a nap in his study.
Do you suppose you might wake him for me?
Well, he doesn't really like being disturbed, sir.
No, he never has. Can you ask him? Just let him know that Irwin is here to ask about his leg.
And he'll know what that means, will he?
Yeah. I think he will.
Well, okay then, sir. I hope it's worth it. He starts sidling off and makes his way down one of the small corridors. You have this broken fountain next to you. It's actually quite an intricate piece of work. It looks like the craftsmanship is of quite high quality. Unfortunately, this entire temple seems to carry a certain air of once being something much greater than it is now. once being of more importance, maybe, to the people of Bogenhafen, before the commercial enterprise of Councillor Tugan took over the entire place. Long ago, it used to be a major seafaring port, and was a favoured resting spot for those trafficking goods between Bretonnia and the Empire. But now, with so much commercialization and so many foreigners coming here, it's kind of fallen on the wayside in favour of more common imperial cults, particularly that of Sigmar and Ulrich.
And I still have just to clarify, I still have the Grey Seer's head, don't
I? In a bag, yes.
Yeah. Good.
Obviously, you probably need to do something with that within the next 24 hours, otherwise it's going to start rotting.
Oh, I've got a plan for it.
You hear a loud bang from somewhere down the corridor, and the high-pitched pleading of a muffled voice apologizing profusely. Eventually, you hear the click, click, click of a cane making its way down the path, closer towards the foyer that you're currently stood in.
Sort of fidget with my hands a little bit, waiting.
Eventually, your dishevelled brother, who appears to have put on quite a bit of weight since you last saw him, comes hobbling around the corner, bleary-eyed, and his cheeks are slightly rosy. He scowls at you with barely concealed contempt as his cane raps against the floor, and he makes his way over closer to you. What are you doing here, and why are you disturbing me?
I have a very good reason. Also, it looks like you've been eating well. Hello, Adolfo.
I'm not here to listen to your shite, Erwin.
It's not shite. Not shite. Something very serious. Something that could help you. I've come to help. That's all.
You think you can help me? You can help this place. Look at it. It's a state. The bloody acolyte can't even get their damn fountains working anymore. The gods forsaken us. And you come here telling me that you've got something important. What could be more important than this temple?
It's the well-being of Bogenhafen. And, your meteor.
Oh, well, aren't you the fucking altruist?
Yeah, you know, as it happens, I've become one. Please, give me a moment. Just a moment. Somewhere private, we have to speak.
Right, follow me. He starts hobbling his way down the corridor that he came from, beckoning you with a meaty claw.
Follow him along.
Eventually, you're led into what looks like a small study. You can see that there are a handful of letters here, as well as what looks like possibly a portrait of your mother set on the desk here. There's a bed that's reasonably well maintained. He looks like he's doing fairly well for himself, to be fair. Although, whether or not he's been funneling the what little donations remain for the Temple of Manon to his own personal comforts is another question entirely. The room does smell slightly of perfume.
Just give it a big old, I'll give it a big old whiff, like, it's the smell of home, yeah?
What do you want, Erwin?
First, let me start by saying there's a major issue in your town.
Really? You think I hadn't been aware? Look at this place. It's a vile mess of sin. There's no virtue in this place. It's absolutely wretched.
No, indeed. And if I were to tell you that the decline of your illustrious temple here is not the malignance of the gods, but the connivance of men, would you believe me?
What is that supposed to be? What are you trying to get at here?
I'll slam the sack down on the table here.
He looks at it with his beady eyes, alarmed.
The Inquisition is in town.
Yeah, I know. Gianni's here.
I was afraid of that. I need you to speak with him for me. Not telling him that it's me, but to speak with him.
Well, he already came to me asking where you are.
And I'm scratching my chin here, thinking.
I told him that he was doing a nonsense. That you weren't in Bogenhafen. Why would you be? Apparently I was the fool.
Yeah, well, either I have slipped or he's gotten wise. Either way, you can agree that our meeting needs to be forestalled a little longer, yeah?
He rubs at his mouth for a moment and frowns. I don't think he's after you for the reasons that you think.
Yeah, no indeed, and I'm not eluding him for those he suspects either.
He leans forward slightly and looks down at this sack. He looks like he's about to say something to you, and then he sniffs and frowns. What's in that?
Heresy is in the bag. The heresy of one Tuigan, a man of some importance in this town.
You mean Councillor Tugan?
Yeah, the man in league with chaos.
You need to be careful saying that name.
I do. This is why I've come to you. I know this place very little, but between you and Gianni, I hope with this gift, you can make something right in this town.
A gift. Mate, look, Erwin, he's not here to try and... He's not here to try and take you to the Inquisition. Gianna's gone missing.
What?
Yeah. A few weeks ago.
Does everyone but me know? What is the brothel? Did they search for her?
I didn't know until Gianni came here to tell me. She up and vanished one day from the brothel. Up in Altdorf. He was the one who found out because one of his contacts told him he'd been keeping an eye on her the whole time. Apparently the trail led him to Bogenhofen. Maybe it was your trail.
She could be here.
Well...
Where's Gianni now?
He's at the town hall, I think. Well, apparently he's still trying to look for you.
Scheiße. I have made some associates who may be of use in the search. This trumps everything. There is a danger here in Bogenhofen. Mortal danger. Peril to not us, not Gianna and Gianni, the Empire itself. There's a problem. And then I'll open the sack, revealing the Grey Seer's head.
What Sigmar's name is that?
Because it calls him Skaven.
He performs a religious gesture.
This is an employee of Councillor Tugan.
You can't be serious.
As serious as the grave.
Councillor Tugan's a rich man, but he isn't... What are you trying to imply?
He trades in blood, sacrifice, and the warp. This is what my associates lead me to believe. And I have seen clearly evidence of this myself. Beneath the sewers of this town. That's just where this creature was lurking.
The head of some mutant isn't going to prove anything. What? This is nonsense. Erwin, listen to yourself. You're spouting crap.
This is all I could carry, but we have documents. We have evidence. Need to meet with Gianni. Oh, Gianni. Oh. Shite!
I don't know what I can do to help. I'm not the biggest fan of Councillor Tugan, but this is a big accusation. His word's good as gold round here.
Yeah. Fool's gold. We must chip away at it. I was hoping you could help. If you can hold this, and we can bring more evidence, would you be willing to speak out against him? With Gianni as well. It's the three of us working. If our sister's in danger, we have to do something.
Yeah.
I suppose the temple doesn't have much else to lose, does it?
The rest of that fountain?
The problem is, who would you even talk to? Councillor Tugan's one of the biggest authorities here. He's been councillor, he's been elected 3 times in a row.
That's the question, isn't it? I could send letters to Altdorf to my master, but I doubt that he could do anything from there.
The only one that I could think would even have a shot at doing anything about it would be... Well, it'd be Gianni, wouldn't it?
Yeah, so I've concluded. Do you suppose you could arrange a meeting?
Let me tell you now, he won't be interested in believing shit all that you have to say. He thinks that you're responsible for Gianna going missing.
Nice. What if we lie? That is, what if you told him I came and brought you this and made an overture?
And what are you supposed to imply by that?
That I offered you the shared riches of Councillor Twigan if you would join he and I in our heresy. Could you spin that?
Well, I could, but then I'll just convince him that you're a chaos cultist.
I will be here and I will be gone before the problem is concluded.
What? You're gonna use his hatred of you to make him go after Tugan?
Yeah. And in that way, we will both operate as we always have. And between the two of us, we can find Gianna, who is no doubt suffering in the clutches of Twigan now, rotting in some cell. Please, can you do this?
All right, I'll do it. I'll go and talk to him. But you can't keep running away like this. You've got to confront this, because look at what's happening to Gianna. Look what's happened to... Well, I don't want to talk about what happened to Mother, but... It's not good. And your master's no good either. He's bad business. He always has been.
Yeah, He's licensed. People like he and I have a place here. I firmly believe we belong in the Empire, and this is better off with the two of us. You may balk at him.
Well, there are people more powerful than you or I who think otherwise.
And there are seals and ink that can prove, at least to Gianni, I hope. I know. I will find a way through this. I will make this right, and I will give truth to the lie. But before all of this, before the great confrontations that must come, our sister, yeah?
Aye. I don't know where she is. I don't know what to make of all of it. I never thought that she'd ever get involved in something. Maybe it was one of her, clients. Maybe they took a certain liking that she couldn't return, and
I don't know, but I will find out.
But why do you think Tugan would have anything to do with it?
It's in his, how you say, idiom. The man is rotten. You should see and hear some of these things. Shite, I should have stolen the documents.
Erwin, look, you love your webs, and you love tying things together, and you love seeing things that aren't really there. I agree that I'm gonna go and talk to Gianni for you, but I think you're tying too many things together, and you're gonna get yourself confused, and you're gonna wrap it around your own feet, and you're gonna trip over.
Well, perhaps you're right. But if I trip, I am able to enact a very fine handstand.
Well, that's Wilhelm Block speaking for you, I suppose. You should have joined the priesthood. You're wasted on him.
One day, brother, I hope not only to prove you wrong, that would be a bonus, but to be met with the hospitality that you reserve for Gianni.
Oh, get the fuck out of my temple.
Au revoir, brother.
Oh. And this thing. He gestures towards the head of the Grey Seer. Are there more of them down there?
A legion. A legion.
Well. We better make sure they don't get up here then.
Yeah. Or else we have more problems than a broken fountain.
He grabs the bag and starts tying it up, and then nods at you as he heads over towards his wardrobe.
Alright, I'll make myself scarce. Actually, he's not looking?
No.
I'll steal the portrait of our mother.
Okay, sure.
And then head out.
You yoink the little painted little hand. It's just like a small.
It's like a little picture frame, yeah.
Yeah. You just
Yeah,
you
that's
yoink
fine.
that, and you just stuff that into your satchel as you take your leave. Heading your way outside, you find the acolyte still struggling with the broken fountain.
I'll flip him like a shilling or something.
Money doesn't solve all problems, but it probably won't solve that one either. But at least he has a shilling now.
That's more than nothing.
Okay, have 20 experience points.
Sweet.
Alright, and that is what you did while you were away from the Barabelli.
You can tell I watched too much Inglourious Basterds because I definitely said goodbye in French.
You did.
But screw it.
You'll do.